Hello everyone. So today we'll talk about moving to clouds. This is basically uh, trying to understand what are the essentials of cloud computing. Cloud computing, as you have come across, becoming very popular. So this term basically evolved from several concepts that have been with us for a very long time, such as grid computing, virtualization, real-time infrastructures. We talk about web platforms. We talk about SOA. So all this actually combines together and give us a new technology in the form of cloud computing. So before we actually talk about cloud computing, let us try to understand what not is cloud computing. So there are certain myths. Let us see what are these myths. There is one single cloud. So it doesn't mean that whatever you are keeping in the cloud or whosoever is using the cloud computing or using the cloud will actually talk about only one cloud. All you need is your credit card. This is again, you have been heard of that if you want to implement cloud computing, you need only money, and rest all the things are taken care by the cloud providers. The next is the cloud always saves you money. Yes, it saves you money. Definitely, with the cloud computing, we have a lot of benefits. But again, you cannot simply use cloud computing and your organization or business will be immediately comes in the profit. The cloud always reduces your workload. Yes, again, this is also up to some extent will be correct, but you cannot say that the cloud means you are getting rid of any work. Then we have two different versions about the cloud computing. You may heard about some says that you can seamlessly blend your private cloud with your public providers. So some says that whatever you are having on premises, you can simply dump into the cloud, and that's all. And some says that you cannot use whatever you have in the on-premises infrastructure, but you have to go entirely with a new infrastructure by the cloud providers. So again, you may come across both kind of versions are there, but again, these are not truly correct. Then the next is a cloud providers can guarantee security. So again, this is again, I can say some myths. Cloud provider does not ensure the full guarantee of your application. If you are using a virtualization, then you are doing cloud computing. We often heard that cloud computing is something a virtualized kind of environment. So if you are doing virtualization, that means you are doing cloud computing. Again, this is not correct. Cloud computing is only about technology. Again, this is again not fully correct. So we have certain statement that we have seen. They are not completely true. They are partially true. So if I say you need you can save your money with the cloud computing, yes, you can save your money, but it's only possible when you smartly use or analyze your business and then moving to the clouds. Every time when you go to the cloud may not be good for your business. Cloud computing is about technology, but it's not about only technology. It also deals about management. It also deals about the analysis. So you must be clear that when you are going to the cloud, you need some expertise. You need some kind of analysis before you are moving to the cloud. Let us see some scenarios that we come across in a day-to-day life. Like we pay to the local electricity provider at the end of the month. Yes, we this is a very common scenario that we come across in our daily life. We pay the grocery stores after shopping. Yes, this is again true. Our phone bills varies each month. Yes, definitely there is a no fixed amount that we are paying every time. It's also applicable for even for electricity, even when you go for grocery. What you mean to say is means you are only paying what actually are using. The vehicle needs fuel depending on the distance it runs. That means uh, this is a scenario where you are only paying for the services that you are actually availing. So cloud basically provides you this kind of facility. You are only paying what you are using. So this is a kind of subscription model. So here, what are the benefit of this kind of model is customers avoid large upfront capital expenses. So if you are a businessman, or if you are any company or organization and you want to set up a kind of business, and you want to have you need to purchase software and hardware. So to start off your business, you need to uh, have a large amount of capital with you. But with the cloud computing, this you can safe means you can get rid of all these kind of tensions or kind of worry that to have that much of expense to start your business. Pay as on ongoing operational expenses. Again, this is one of the main advantage, that there is no need to pay the upfront cost, and there is no need to invest initially in the business. But as you move on to the business, when your business becomes operational, you are earning, and then also you are paying for from the benefits, or from the benefits. And you are also uh, running your business, and as it grows you will be just expanding your infrastructures. Easily and quickly scale up and down based on business demand. This is again one of the very important benefit of cloud. It provides scalability, because the customers are like not guaranteed that what is the volume of customer at any point of time. It may increase, it may decrease. You can predict, but you cannot guarantee. So again, uh, depending on the this kind of behavior, the resources can be scaled up and down on the clouds, and you are only be paid for what you have used. So there is no need to have a kind of a larger volume of infrastructure, or a larger volume of hardwares, or different accessories to be in place in your company before you start your business. No buying, it's always renting. So actually here we are not buying any product, any resources, but actually we are renting from the cloud providers. So these are the advantages which are there with the cloud computing. So what actually is a cloud computing? So cloud computing, you can see this is one way of defining. There are many other definitions can be there to define computing, cloud computing. So basically, cloud computing refers to internet. This technology is uh, basically keeping the application on the internet, and can be accessed by using the browser. So in the definition, you can see that we have some terms which actually provide the foundation of this cloud computing. You can see the term convenient. It is on demand. It provides a sharing of resources. So cloud computing is basically a framework so that any application can be rapidly provisioned on it, and can be released with a minimal effort. So it's a kind of on-demand use and pay kind of strategy. It also provides a high-level abstraction of computation and storage model to you. Uh, when we talk of any business implementation, we always worry about certain things like what about the service availability, what about the data redundancy, how you are going to maintain the confidentiality, what about the compliance issues, what about the audit trials, and how do you manage the this kind of unpredictable user growth. So there are many issues are there that you have to be kind of must kind of assure before you start your business. Like you need to think about the provisional latency. You need to think about the about data center management, about the scalability, elasticity, licensing fee. Now these are some very kind of very fundamental requirement for any business to run, and they have to be very much required to address all these issues. Otherwise you cannot start your own business. So the cloud can be a solution to take care of all these issues. So one thing to keep in mind, that when we say cloud, cloud doesn't mean that once you move to the cloud, the cloud provider will take the entire responsibility. Basically, cloud computing is a kind of win-win kind of uh, situation for both the providers and the users, or for the consumer. And here the responsibility is being defined for the both parties. Normally, uh, uh, the cloud providers will take care of the cloud, and the consumer will take care of inside the cloud. So it basically denotes the responsibility for the security of the cloud outside and inside, by both the parties. So depending on the type of the deployment, means it's a IaaS, PaaS, or SaaS. These are the different models that on which the clouds have been deployed. The customer responsibilities will be determined. This kind of model also ensures the accountability of the customers and the cloud service providers. So before you move to the cloud, you must be very much sure that what is the responsibility at your side, and you need to be take care of this. So what are the basic application that you are going to configure inside the cloud, and what are the security you want to provide, what kind of users can handle the resources, what permissions you want to give, and what access model you are going to acquire. All these issues need to be taken care by the customer. Cloud providers will normally carry means care for the security and the infrastructures, a kind of assurance that there will be no uh, uh, issuance or the issues with the infrastructures, and there will be no security issues outside the infrastructure, but inside it's all the responsibility of the customer. Uh, if you look to the trends of the cloud computing, and you may realize that cloud computing is something which is emerging at a very faster pace. And if you look to the graph, and it is shown that how it is going to means expand by the year 2027. uh, there's many surveys have been done in the recent years, and it has been predicted that the global cloud computing market is going to be around $650 by the year 2027. The cloud initiatives are being expected to account for almost 70% of all spending by the year 2020. As much as 80% of the organizations are predicted to migrate toward the cloud by again 2027. That means in the coming years, you may observe that many companies move towards the cloud. Now, if you look to the markets captured by different companies, so here you can see that there is a very clear lead by the Amazon. If you look to the figure, there are so many companies as working as a market players in the cloud. Like Amazon is there, Microsoft is there, Google is there, IBM is there, and there are so many other companies are there. But you can say that many of the companies are like they are competing within each other, and the Microsoft and Amazon is actually very far. They have already established themselves, and they have proven themselves, and the companies are adapting and moving to the Amazon Web Services as the first priority, and then the Microsoft. So we have certain characteristics of this cloud computing. Let us look to these characteristics. Uh, One is on-demand self-service. So this means that the computing capabilities are provisioned automatically, actually without requiring the human interaction with each service providers. Then it provides the heterogeneous access. That means the capabilities are available over the network and can promote the use by the heterogeneous access. And then you can see the other characteristic is resource pooling. This is again one of the fundamental feature of the cloud computing. This is the base reason that how the cloud model is actually successful. So here the computing resources are pooled using the multi-tenant model, and resources are dynamically assigned and reassigned according to the customer demand. Then we have something called measured service. This is again very important characteristics of this cloud computing. Here the cloud systems automatically control and optimizing the resources. It will provide the analyzable and predictable computing platforms to the customer. So here you can see they have different service models are there. So basically, we call three service models are there, which are said to be the foundations of cloud computing, and we call it as the IaaS, that is called infrastructure as a service, then the platform as a service, and the software as a service. So most of the time, when you use any application, they might be belonging to any of the three categories. So let us see what are these three categories and what does it mean. So the very first is named as software as a service. We call it SaaS. So SaaS basically allows to use the provider's application running on the cloud infrastructure. Uh, the applications are actually accessible from various client devices, such as web browsers in this model. When you move to the paths, so in the paths, you may observe that it provides the capability to deploy onto the cloud infrastructures, that is based on the customer created applications. You may also observe that the customers do not manage the cloud infrastructure in this scenario, but they have the control over the deployed application. So if you look to the uh, a technical view that how these uh, three pillars have been, existing in the entire model. So if you look that the entire business runs on these different components. Let's say if there is a business which is taking the full responsibility, means you are saying that the entire infrastructure is based and on premises. So on premises means the the organization is actually responsible to take care of the networking, storage, server, virtualization of the system. These are the key components which are required to successfully run any business or to run any application. So now all these components are actually divided into the three different format. We call it as a IaaS, that is infrastructure as a service. So here you can see out of these many components, some components are actually taken care by the providers and some taken care by the customer. So if the infrastructure means the foundation, the basic environment is provided by the cloud so that you can develop your application for the customer, then it is called as a infrastructure as a service. Platform as a service means it's you are providing one more layer on the top of it. You are providing the basic fundamental environment, as well as you are providing some on the top of it. You are providing some more kind of resources so that the application can be executed very efficiently. So the customer is only responsible to handle the application and the data which goes to the application, but the other things will be taken care by the cloud providers. So it is a platform as a service. But if you look to the third model, that is called software as a service, in this entire thing will be taken care by the cloud providers. So it is at the very higher level view. So when you say software as a service, that means the two other pillars, that is the platform as a service and infrastructure as a service, is already there. So software as a service comes at the top of it, where you are actually taking all the components and you are only you are purely using all the things from the cloud providers. But it doesn't mean that all the responsibilities is given to the cloud. Again, as I said previously, that though you are using all the things from the clouds, but still you have to work in the shared responsibility model. You have to be responsible for certain part, and then certain responsibility will be taken care by the clouds, by the cloud provider. So if you look at this perspective, there is one perspective to uh, just compare about the scenario. So let's say uh, preparing a pizza. So if you are going to prepare a pizza, you need everything. You need the raw thing, you need a dough, you need the cheese, you need the topping, you need the sauce, fire, oven, electric gas, soda, dining table, plates. Everything is required if you are doing everything at your own. But let's say we are trying to relate this with the concept of infrastructure as a service. So let's say you have just taken from the market the raw form. You have taken a pizza duff, you have taken the tomato sauce, toppings you have purchased from the market, and then you have decided to prepare yourself in your own kitchen. So you are going to use your own fire, ovens, your soda, electric gas, dining table. So you have taken some part, you have taken from the market, and then other part you are managing yourself. So this is a kind of infrastructure as a service where uh, some part, the raw part you have actually taken ready-made from the market. Now when you talk about the platform as a service, so you can think of a scenario that you wish to eat a pizza, but you are not interested to prepare the pizza at your home. So what you did is you just call to any shop who provide the pizza. Okay, so maybe you called Pizza Hut, and then you order 2 3 pizza, whatever the pizza you maybe wish to eat, and then the pizza boy will come to you, and then you will be delivered by pizza. Simply you have to just take the pizza out, and you have to go to your dining table, uh, 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 keep this pizza on your plates, and whatever else you want to take along with pizza. So what means you have taken everything, means much of the service you have taken from the outside. You have only used your dining table and the plates to eat that pizza. The third scenario is you don't want to bring some raw kind of stuff and then prepare it yourself. You don't want to use your kitchen, you don't want to use your kind of utensils, but what you want is you just want to have enjoy pizza without doing all this exercise. So you just go to any restaurant or any shop, pizza shop, you just order pizza, and then at that time they will take care of everything. They will prepare they will use a dough, they will use their own fire, oven, electric gas, they will provide their own plates. Simply you can eat and come back. So this is how you can just relate that if you are you want to utilize all the resources component by the third party, that means you are talking about the software service. But if you want to do kind of some part you will be doing, some part you will be taking from the clouds, then based on what kind of how many services you want to take from the cloud, it defines or it varies that what kind of model or service you are using it. Then we have different deployment models are there, like how the clouds have been deployed. So we have basically three different methods are there. So one is called public, private, and hybrid. Public means the cloud infrastructure is available to the general public. We'll see in detail that what does it mean. That private means it's a type of cloud that is available solely for a single organization. So it's a kind of dedicated structure, dedicated kind of scenario where the entire resources is given to one organization. Hybrid, as the name suggests, it's a kind of mix up. So it's a infrastructure that is composition of the public as well as private. If you look to this figure, you will see that as a whole we have a cloud. Cloud means it's a kind of internet where we have resources and we are looking for the for to use these resources, and the way you are using the resources that defines that which model you are actually going for. You are going for SaaS or IaaS or PaaS. So let us go more into this, that what does this public, private, and hybrid means. So when we talk of public is a kind of model where service providers make resources such as applications and storage, and that is available to general public over the internet. And when we talk about private is a kind of dedicated scenario. Here the cloud computing properties are enabled in a company internal data centers, or alternatively you can say that a private cloud may be hosted exclusively in the data center for any external provider. So these are the different kind of deployment models are there. Then we have also hybrid is there. It's a kind of any combination of public private model where the application can choose a right environment which can leverage the best of each option, which is actually good for your business. Now the next is visualizing the clouds using the AWS. So far we have discussed the fundamental idea of the cloud, what actually the cloud is. But now we will try to have a feel that how actually we can move to the clouds. So there are different providers are there. So the very popular is the Amazon Web Services are there, which are providing you cloud services. So we'll just have a look at how the Amazon is doing in this market and how we can make use of this Amazon to experience the cloud. So that's all for this lecture, and we'll see more in AWS in the later classes. Bye for now.